Ava dashed back, bringing everyone with her. Goto was gripping some wire cutters to cut the chain with. Trying to open the door again and confirming that the chain was still set, she yelled through the crack in the door. Goto stuck the large wire cutter, which looked like it could slice off a whole finger, through the crack of the door, and easily severed the chain. There's no shot. There is no shot Natsu gets out of this. But then, if we cut back to where Battler joined the game, it was after Hideyoshi had been confirmed dead. Because I remember, like, when you get to that point, it shows you, like, the menu, and it shows, like, okay, yeah, there were the first 5, and then Hideyoshi was the 6th one. Like, when you get to the point where Battler joins the game, Hideyoshi is already confirmed dead. But it's in that moment that Erika actually accuses Natsu. Like, straight out says, you are the culprit. So if they do find her in here, would that not take place sooner? So now I'm being led to believe, like, they're not going to find her in here? Somehow she's going to hide well enough in the closet? What, is there a secret compartment in the closet? No, fucking, what Nox rule is that? Like, there can be no hidden doors. There's no shot they do not check the closet. As soon as it was severed, Ava pushed Goto aside and dashed in. The others tried to follow her, but they bumped into Ava, who had fallen to her knees moaning. So even though they couldn't tell much of what was going on inside the room, they could tell by Ava's moans that they were too late. Nanjo stood up, hanging his head sadly. It was only natural, because anyone, even if they weren't a doctor, would think that at a glance. Hideyoshi was lying face down in the bed, and stuck deep into his back was something like a blade with an intricate demonic design on it. When Ava pulled it out with all her might, they could tell that it wasn't a blade, but some kind of stake. That its sharp tip had penetrated nearly 15 centimeters in, damn. It probably dug deep into the lungs. If it had been stuck in any harder, the tip might have even pierced all the way through to the surface of his chest. And no one's gonna say, hey, let's check the closet? Mm-hmm.
確かに鎧戸も全て閉まってますし、扉にはさっきまでチェーンが。
それはおかしい。それじゃ犯人はどうやってこのお部屋の秀吉様を襲ったというんですか。
扉の隙間からこの杭を投げて刺したとか。
Come on, Goda. Come on. Maybe they threw the stake through the crack of the door. Imagine. Man, you gotta have quite the fucking arm to be able to throw that thing, like, and some damn good precision too, to throw it through the crack in the door and have enough force to go through that and hit a man. Not only hit the man, but go 15 centimeters deep. Come on, Goda.
その隙間から秀吉さんのベッドは完全に死角。
Also that, but like even if it wasn't.
銃を使ったって殺せやしない。おかしな話になったわ。密室殺人。
密室殺人。
そうと決めつけるのは早いぜ。風呂場の天井を外して天井裏に逃げたのか、あるいは鎧戸が実は
Are none of you
閉められると。
No, there's no way, there's no shot that none of you checked the closet.
鎧戸は外からはびくともしませんでした。今確認してきました。
エリコ。
It's no wonder everything felt so quiet and relaxed. At some point, Erika had split from the group. Just now, she had finally arrived and poked her face in from the hallway. When she heard that a crime had occurred in this room, she had watched everyone rush towards the room, but circled around to the outer wall herself. And she had gone all by herself to check that the shutter was down on the window, that you couldn't do anything with it from the outside, and that there was nothing out of the ordinary.
室内は案の定お約束で。
そういう言い方はねえだろ。
お悔やみ申し上げます。で、室内の状況は？
扉にはチェーンがかかっていて、私たちは
そして窓にはすべて鎧戸。しっかり内側から施錠されてる。
奥は何を揉めてるんです？
Ava was arguing with Nanjo about something. Apparently, she wanted to carry the corpse to the parlor. Nanjo tried to calm her, saying that they should leave the crime scene as untouched as possible until the police came.
ジョージたちの死体は犯人にどこかへ持っていかれちゃったのよ。犯人は殺すだけじゃ飽き足らず、遺体にまで何か無体なことをするつもりなのかもしれない。だからダメ。ここへ主人を一人ぼっちで残していくなんて絶対ダメ。
Ava does have a point. After all, the victims before now have all been carried away after we were shown the terrible wounds.
エリカちゃん、現場をそのままで保存したいだろうが、今回
どうぞご勝手に。私にとって興味があるのは金蔵さんの書斎よりはるかにまともな密室が出現。死体には興味ありませんのでどうぞ。
Bella's expression was clearly unhappy, but she ignored him completely.
搬出していただいて結構ですよ。それとも私が邪魔ですか？
Attica backed away from the door to open a path. She showed no trace of any sadness for the dead. Her eyes simply blazed with thoughts of this closed room murder that had appeared. And there's no shot Attica doesn't check the closet. Attica, of all people. No chance. In any event, the great detective had given her permission. Ava and some others wrapped Hideyoshi up in the sheets, and Goda and Rudolph carried him out. The sheets were quickly stained red. It was so painful to see that Shannon and Kumasawa stripped the blanket off the bed to further cover the corpse.
ほら、起き上がれ。
え、どいてますよ。
客前運ぼう。
はい。
あなた、あなた。いいこと？みんなこれからは常に団体行動。絶対に孤立してはダメ。
犯人は源氏さんを襲った時点で待つ正常がもはや安全を保証しないことは明白だぜ。
しかしチェーンまでされていたのにどうやって。
不可能だ。鎧戸もチェーンロックもしっかりかかっていた。マスターキーがあったってあの部屋に押し入るのは不可能だ。
とベアトリーチェ様の仕業ですよ。
You can't tell me not a single person is checking the closet.
ベアトリーチェ様の
You
はずありま
can't
せん。
tell me that they'll be like check the bathroom, but no one's gonna say check the closet. You can't tell me no one's thinking to check the closet. You can't tell me that because it's bullshit. There is no shot they are not checking the closet. There's no shot not a single person's like, the chain was set, so the murderer must still be in the room. We checked the bathroom. Closet? Nah, not the closet.
碑文は解かれ、すでに儀式の意味は失われたはず。
わかるものか。こんなの魔女にしか不可能だ。
魔女にしか不可能です。グッといい響きです。
エリカちゃん、話を聞いてる？私たちはこれから全体行動。私たちはまず 秀吉さんの探偵ごっこはそれからにしない？
When she heard the words playing detective, Erika grimaced visibly. Then everyone stumbled out and she took a single step into the now empty guest room, looked around and burned that scene into her eyes. Erika claimed to have a photographic memory. If that was true, those few seconds were more than enough for her. Later on, she could sip black tea in the parlor while perusing the photograph of the scene inside her memory, playing the part of an armchair detective. Then suddenly her eyes stopped on the closet off to the side. Closet for hanging overcoats. If it was large enough to fit a coat on a hanger, a person should be able to hide in it. Slowly, Erika stretched her hand out towards the closet. Erika's shoulder was grabbed roughly from behind.
行くぜ探偵さん。団体行動を乱すなって修学旅行で習わなかったか？
Okay.
私が旅行に行くと必ず人が死ぬってお約束がありまして。
ほら、何してやがるガキ。早く来い。
Rudolph told them to hurry. After clicking her tongue and glaring at the closet, Erika followed Badler back to the parlor for the time being. The sound of their footsteps finally faded. The time of terror when I feared that even the dripping of the cold sweat covering my cheeks might be noticed had finally ended. That is some fucking stupid shit. At the very least, like, it shouldn't have been just Erika who thought, maybe the closet. Anyone should have thought, closet? Closet maybe? Maybe peep the closet? At the very least, Erika should have said something like, should we check this closet, guys? I know Erika wants to be the big brain detective who does everything on her own, but like, I think that would get them to stop, and keep her from being dragged away. If she would have been like, guys, what about this closet? Did you check in here? The fact that Kyrie, of all fucking people, didn't check it? Fucking Kyrie? Fucking Kyrie. The other big brain in this group didn't even think about the closet? Not even for a fucking second. Ridiculous. I don't believe it for a goddamn minute. With my hand that still couldn't stop trembling, I slowly opened the closet door and dashed out into the hallway. It's okay, no one's found me. Still, it's a good thing they didn't lock the door. If they had, I wouldn't be able to lock it behind me after I left, and they'd find that suspicious. Anyway, I should leave this place. Then I'll return to my room and pretend that I was sleeping the whole time. Yes, if I don't get back soon, a new murder has occurred. They'll probably try to tell me about it. And they'll probably do it shortly after they carry Hideyoshi-san's corpse back to the parlor. I can get around a phone call by saying I was asleep and didn't notice, but if they come knocking directly, that'll be bad. I have to get back quickly before they try to force their way in. I don't know whether I should run all out noisily, hide my footsteps and walk in secret, or walk around normally as though nothing has happened. At the very least, it'll be bad if I bump into them on their way back to the parlor. Anyway, I'll head to my room at a quick pace without being noticed by anyone. I pass through the hallway to the lobby. If I go up the big staircase to the lobby, my room is just a little bit...
Natsushi-san?
Yeah, should have figured. Should have figured things wouldn't work out fucking perfectly. Just as she was about to go up the large staircase, Natsuki heard Erika called out to her. I was so surprised that she visibly jumped.
ちょうど今からあなたにも知らせに行こうと思ってたんです。
それはありがそれで何かありましたか？
今夏日階段を登ってました？夏日さんの部屋って上ですよね。
Erika coldly pointed out this strange fact. Natsuki cursed her bad luck.
寝つけなくて客間に戻ろうとして自分の部屋に鍵をかけたか不安になり戻ろうとしたのです。心配性なのでよくあることです。気にしないでください。
ああ、よくありますよね。記憶力に自信のない人にありがちな癖です。
Ooh, ouch. Normally, since Etika was clearly making fun of her, Natsuki might have looked annoyed. However, right now, Natsuki was extremely relieved to hear Etika admit this sort of thing happened a lot. She's totally fucking with you, dude.
エリカさんこそ
You should not be fucking taking anything this kid says as like, oh, thank God. Like, no, you should be like, you should still be on edge. Like, yeah, no, it happens a lot, right? Yeah, well, what's your next question?
例の客室を調べようかと思いまして。
客室
ええ、大変なことになったじゃないですか。現場検証は私の権利ですので。
Etika's Etika's probing gaze peered deep into Natsu's eyes. She could tell. Etika already suspected Natsu. Judging by that subtle nuance in her words, she must be planning to make me slip up and reveal that I know about the crime with Hideyoshi, when I supposedly haven't been told about it yet. Natsu played dumb and asked what had happened again.
何か
いいえ、何でもまた最初の事件の繰り返しですね。
どういう意味ですか？
またあなたは自室で、そして今回もそのアリバイを証明できないわけですよね。
おっしゃっている意味がわかります。逆を言えば私が自室にいなかったことをあなた。
おや、そうならばそれはおいおい。鍵は後にしてください。皆さんに重大な話があります。
鍵を確認したら戻ります。先に始めていてください。
秀吉さんが殺されました。その件についてです。
She had planned on using the need to check her lock as an excuse to escape to her own room, after which she would claim to have a sudden headache and stay in bed for the rest of the time. However, now that she'd been informed of Hideyoshi's murder, it would be clearly suspicious to postpone that and escape to her room. She was already under suspicion just because she'd been seen heading up the stairs to the second floor. She couldn't afford to do anything else suspicious. Natsu gave up and headed for the parlor as Etika had urged her to do. And this is where we find ourselves in the present day. And in the present moment, I should say, where Badler finally joined the game. When she opened the door to the parlor, Ava's sobs poured out, and everyone glanced at Natsu with grave faces. Those gazes almost made it look as though they suspected Natsu. Oh, they definitely do. It was now painfully apparent to Natsu. This must have been what that man was after. It was a trap to create a baffling closed-room mystery and try to frame her for it. However, she couldn't have resisted. She couldn't sacrifice her husband's life. And while it's true I hid in that closet, that's all I did. I definitely haven't committed murder. I might be extremely suspicious, but I'm not the culprit. Most importantly, I'm not under suspicion yet. I wouldn't be so sure about that one. I'll tell the police everything. Good luck with that. I'll have to endure until then. I'm sure one of the servants is a traitor. Even in a situation like this, if I mention my husband being held hostage, the culprit will hear. He might use it as an excuse to kill him.
ちょうど夏日さんが戻ってきてくれ、全員が揃ったところで、私から皆さんにとても重要な話があります。
重要な話？
重要な話です。最初の事件からをすべて皆さんの前で整理したいと思います。
それなら他の皆さんと私はそういうことは警察に任せるべきと思う関心がありません。
整理した上で重要なお話があるのです。あなたにも誰にも断る権利はありません。
Etika used her detective's authority to proclaim the start of an assembly. None of the pieces could disobey. Praying that she wouldn't become the topic of conversation, Natsu reluctantly sat on the sofa she'd been urged to.
すみません。その扉閉めてもらえます？
はい。
Shannon and Kanon closed the door. Since it had been decided a short while ago to lock all doors and windows carefully, Kanon locked it. That lock, which existed to protect the safety of this room, felt like a lock on a prison cell to Natsu, one that would hold her in place to prevent any escape. Natsu still hadn't noticed. Though Etika had gone into the corridor to check the crime scene in Hideyoshi's room, her goal had changed. In other words, from Etika's point of view, the sound of that lock was truly...
チェックメイト。
Etika had said that suddenly. Berncastle said that suddenly.
はらはや。何？もう犯人分かっちゃったの？まだ事件だって全然進んでないのよ。もう少し殺させて、いろいろと手がかりを集めればいいのに。さあラムダ、
全てのコマをここからが一番面白いんじゃない。思い切り楽しみましょう。お互い
どうかしらね。お手並み拝見と行くわよ。
24時のゲームセットを待たずにもう仕掛けてきたとはな。ベルンカステル教名気のは
相当の早仕掛け。この段階でもう勝てる算段があるとは。
普段なら魔女の存在を主張するだけ。今回は夏日や金蔵や守るものが多いわ。面倒な戦いになりそうね。
面倒な戦い。わらわの黄金の島でこれ以上の好き勝手はさせぬわ。受けて立とうぞベルンカステル教フルドエリカ。
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. In the Golden Land, the endless rain continued to fall. Battler was nowhere to be seen. It had very soon reached the time that Battler had joined in on the 5th game, and control of the pieces would be passed on to Battler. In other words, he would only be officially added to the game now, in this final stage, where Burncastle had pinpointed the culprit. So he had left the arbor a short while ago. Now the only ones in sight were Virgilia, who continued to knit silently, and Beato, who just sat there blankly amidst the smell of her black tea, not even putting the cup to her lips. Virgilia stopped knitting for a moment, and looked out across the vast golden rose garden that extended as far as the eye could see.
バトラ君は誰が犯人云々というだけのゲームならもう二度と屈することのない力を身につけたと言えるでしょう。第4のゲームまででつまりバトラ君はいつでも全ての真実に気づいても良いということです。
The fuck do you mean? By the 4th game you had sent him all your messages. I didn't learn shit by the 4th game. Fuck you. Huh?
しかし彼にはだからこのままゲームを幾百と続け永遠に解けはしない。まるで青い鳥を探すかのように永遠にさまよい続けるだけ。
Even if this game continues 100 more times, you will never reach the answer you seek for all eternity. Okay. Burncastle will abuse this game without a doubt. Lambda Delta will also turn this game about with the utmost arrogance. At a glance it may be humiliating and appear to you and Battler as though the game has been stolen from you. However, that is something the two of you need right now. To end Battler's naive softness. To end your hesitation. Okay.
だからあなたあの二人を呼んだのです。あなたたちの永遠の拷問を終わらせるため。あの二人はあなたに勝利か敗北のいずれかを与えるでしょう。しかしそれはいずれであってももはや慈悲に満ちたものです。あなたにももうそれは分かっているはず。
Virgilia faced Beato, whom she had come to adore as a daughter, with cold eyes that she must not have shown often. It was like the gaze of a mother who, instead of scolding, silently urges their child to recognize their mistake.
ベアトリーチェ、あなたはいつまでそうして生きるでもなく死ぬでもなく天国に昇るでもなく地獄に落ちるでもなく煉獄山の頂上でぼんやりとしているつもりなの。私は悪き彼を煉獄山に案内し頂上のあなたのところまで連れてきました。そしてあなたは彼の手を取って天国へ登るか彼を抱いて地獄へ落ちるか選ばなくてはならない。
Okay. Did you know that the discord called Purgatory, which lies in the gap between heaven and hell, is sometimes more torturous than even hell itself? On the gates of hell it is written that you must abandon all hope. A human without hope can accept their suffering and give up. However, the residents of Purgatory have hope. A hope of possibly reaching heaven, a hope that cannot be abandoned. And it tortures them. Even in the depths of hell, no greater torture device exists than the single pin known as hope.
飛びなさい 煉獄の崖より淡く脆くてくだらない希望の未練ごとパンドラの箱を開け放ってしまいな。怖いでしょ。箱を開けるのは。
Beto's silent. With a single tear, she nodded slightly.
箱の中の猫は生きているの。それを確かめるときに死んでいる猫ならば早く供養して、生きている猫ならば早く餌を与えて全ての愛情を注いであげな。生き死にに関係な。あなたの猫箱は猫を永遠に冒涜しています。あなたが開くことを恐れた箱の鍵をあの二人が持ってきてくれましたよ。
Okay, okay. Let's go. Beatrice. It's time for you to die now. I hope that your heart is stopped by the hand of the person you desire. Okay. Okay, interesting. Let's go. Where are we going from here? Okay, okay, okay. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh wow, we're really skipping ahead in time. Jesus. Jumping straight to midnight, huh? Interesting. Uh-huh.